Hello everybody, welcome to the Geekdom. Today I am going to do a commentary on my last episode review just to clarify some things, and I've always wanted to do this because sometimes I get lots of comments that repeat themselves, which means I didn't clarify enough on certain issues, and I think it's important that I do this. First, I want to clarify that the Sandor scene rant at the end of the episode was a theory-based rant, and I don't think I clarified that, so there's an annotation up now with a link that will take you to my Sandor rant that I go into more depth about that theory that I have. Anyways, that's why I saved it for last, because it's something theory-based, which means my opinion, and it's also a rant about something I wanted to happen that didn't. So it's kind of just off to the side as something separate, so you can watch the rest of the episode review without that rant so much. Also, it's at the end because I don't want people to get confused and think that because my ideas on that scene will or meant that I hated the rest of the episode. I actually enjoyed the rest of the episode, and it's actually one of my favorite episodes besides that one tiny scene. So I didn't want that to be an issue or that to be something that confused anybody, and it looks like it didn't. And it looks like that was a good idea to save the rant for last because I got a lot of wonderful discussions. Not everybody agreed with my Sandor theory, and that's okay, and I love because none of you guys attacked me. A lot of you stated your opinions, some of you debated with me a little bit, and it was wonderful. Like, I was never happier on a video in my life because you guys understood what I was doing, and you guys actually, understood my opinion and gave me your opinion back, which I enjoyed and I loved, and it was amazing. So I just wanted to clarify that it was just a theory, and it's weird because the reason I don't call it a theory is because 5 years ago on Tower of the Hand, it was kind of like common knowledge that Sandor was there to rape Sansa, and I didn't realize that it was a theory until recently because so many people don't think Sandor was there to rape Sansa. 5 years ago, everybody thought that, so I kind of got used to not calling it a theory because for me it was common knowledge. However, over 5 years it looks like a lot has changed. So, yeah, so sometimes I forget these things because 5 years ago we had kind of things set and what we thought, and now that time has gone on, we have a lot more interpretations and a lot more, I guess, interpretations is the only thing I can come up with right now on what has happened in the series, and a lot of them are just theories and we can't really disprove anybody's point of view, and that's what I love about George R.R. Martin's world, and I love about the fan base, is that we can see so many different things reading the same book and come to so many different conclusions reading the same book, and none of us are wrong until George R.R. Martin clarifies later on down the road. But for the most part, he lets us hang and lets us just think what we want to think, and it's great. So that's why I don't really call it a theory, but that's exactly what it is, and now I'm beginning to understand that I need to start saying, okay, this is theory or speculation, and not everyone's going to agree. So sorry about that. That was a little bit of confusion there. And Melina kind of put it the best when she said, they were setting up a different kind of Sandor in the show, and also we didn't get Sandor as an individual until the last couple of episodes, or we didn't get very many scenes where he was showing his personality until the last couple of episodes, and so, we were getting a different vibe from him from the show, so I guess it was safer to do that. However, I still stand by what I say in my rant. I still believe in my theory, and I still believe that would have been the best route because that's the way I like Sandor. However, there's many different reasons why people like Sandor, and there's many different interpretations of Sandor and why people like him based on their speculations. So, what can you do? And I loved it because we all got along. I didn't get attacked. Nobody on my channel or my comment sections got attacked, and it was just, I loved it. I can't even get over how much I loved that. Also, beside the Sandor thing, I think I've covered that, I forgot to mention Tyrion falling in battle. And this was an important scene, even though it wasn't very long. And I was so upset. I was like, how did I not mention this in my episode review? I guess I was just too hasty to get into my Sandor rant that I forgot. But anyways, Tyrion's sitting there hacking, slashing, being all badass, and he kills someone, and he looks up and he sees a member of the Kingsguard looking up at him too. So we see this eye communication, which means everything. He's looking at the Knight of the Kingsguard like, yeah, we're kicking ass, and, you know, sharing a comrade moment, and all of a sudden, like, his, like, face changes, and that member of the Kingsguard comes at him and slashes him across the face. Podrick comes in with his little awkward self and kills that member of the Kingsguard, and kind of huddles over Tyrion and is ready to protect Tyrion now that he's fallen. So, you know, the key thing here was that a member of the Kingsguard attacked Tyrion, and second is that he fell. He was down. And I think, you know, it's nothing serious. He got slashed across the face. I think he fell out of shock. I don't think he fell because he's in danger of dying. Also, here, a lot of people are complaining about his nose because, spoiler, in the books, Tyrion loses a part of his nose in that scene. And a lot of people are like, man, he's not going to lose his nose, he's just going to get a scar. And I want to say that, you know, no amount of makeup is going to make the nose go away. You can make it deformed, you can make it larger, but you can't make a nose smaller with makeup. And someone mentioned CGI, and I was like, no, you know, we can't. No, CGI is not going to work. That's just going to look terrible, and it's not really worth it. So I'm fine with the scar, because a lot of people are upset that Tyrion is too handsome to begin with. Dinklage is too handsome for Tyrion to begin with. And, you know, I love Tyrion, book version, show version, and the book version is just everything I ever want in a man, and the only thing is that he's ugly, which I never really cared about in the books. But now we got Tyrion from the show, who's everything I want. Plus he is handsome. I'm sorry, but I'm fine with that. I mean, we got godlike Tyrion over here, and it's okay with me. Now, he might get a scar. I'm guessing they're going to do some sexy battle scar that's not all, like, ugly, but I'm fine with that. I'm 100% fine with that. So, that's that. We'll see what happens with Tyrion. And also, I wanted to mention about these comments I kept getting telling me that George R.R. Martin's the one who wrote the episode. First, I want to say I know that he wrote the episode. Second, it seemed like you guys wanted me to accept all the flaws in the episode because George R.R. Martin wrote it. And I'm like, no, I'm not a robot. I'm not going to, like, not have any opinions just because George R.R. Martin himself wrote the episode. I have opinions, they're going to stay, and I think it's important for the whole community of any fan base to criticize the thing that they like, because if you're just going to sit there and kiss someone like George R.R. Martin's ass in everything that he does and not give him any critique, then when he does something disappointing, like majorly disappointing, you have no one to blame for yourself because you just kissed his ass in everything that he does. And so it's better for fan bases to have criticism towards what it is that they like, because if you just kiss the ass, then the person we're following is just going to do a half-assed job because they're just expecting you to like everything they do no matter what happens. So I'm sorry. I'm going to critique the way I want to, and just because George R. R. Martin, my favorite author to this day, our favorite writer to this day, I will critique him because that's just, I have opinions too. And I love George R. R. Martin, and he's actually the one who's inspiring me to write the book that I'm writing now, and nothing is going to change that. But if he does something I dislike, I'm going to say I dislike it. I don't see why, just because he approved something or wrote something, that I have to automatically bow down and kiss his ass. Simple as that. And I just want to end with something off the topic of Game of Thrones, which actually is, I'm going to talk about the plans that I have for the future. After Game of Thrones is done and season 2 is finished, I am going to review over the summer Firefly episode by episode. So look forward to that. If you are done with Game of Thrones as well and you're thinking about leaving, don't, because I'll be doing Firefly. Thank you for your time.